So I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I've always liked Yukimiya as a character, because that would just be a straight up lie. He was somewhat cool in the U20 match, and with his street dribbling, but after the FC Barca match, when he went and tried to slander Isagi's assist, I started to get more and more annoyed at him and at just how oblivious he could be. Saying that he would rather lose in pride instead of passing the ball, just because that isn't what strikers do. However, it wasn't until I reread the manga to make the main channel video that I found myself kind of ashamed, thinking that I was the oblivious one who couldn't see how Yukimiya felt. Anyway, I think that this needs a bit more context, so let's delve into the story of the one-on-one emperor. Yukimiya Kenyu was an ordinary football player who dreamed about going pro like anyone else. He worked extremely hard every day until the day that would change his life forever. While being out with his friends, Yukimiya noticed dark spots starting to appear in his vision. The illness is called optic neuropathy, and it's common when you're fatigued and have overworked yourself. Worst case scenario is that it can lead to blindness. However, it's all fine as he can slow it down with the proper treatment and model and go about his daily life without any problems. So it's all fine, right? Right? Well, not exactly, as Yukimiya wouldn't be able to continue dreaming and thrilling of playing professional football. Yukimiya's dreams would fall into nothingness as they just gotten crushed right in front of him. He wonders why something so cruel would happen to him and asks the doctor if he's done anything wrong and that all he's ever wanted to do was to become the best soccer player. Yukimiya starts crying uncontrollably and asks why he would take this away from him. He doesn't need anything else, he just wants his dream back. The doctor approaches him and says that he will give it his all to help him. Even so, his time would be limited, and he asks Yukimiya if he still wants to pursue his dream, to which Yukimiya replies with, yes. Even if it means that Yukimiya would go blind, he's still determined to give it his all. He knows that he's a ticking time bomb that could explode any second now, but even so, he doesn't care. And he's still going to become the world's best striker in the world before his sight gives up. The amount of courage that would take is indescribable, to say the least. And I would like to say that I would do the same thing, but I'm not 100% sure if I would be able to. With the feeling of knowing that your dream could go away in an instant, at any given moment, fears me. All of your hard work, just for it to be taken away randomly from you, that would certainly leave you devastated. Anyway, what is the point I'm trying to come to? And why do I think that Yukimiya is such a brilliant character? Well, to start explaining it, let's go back to the beginning of the video, where I said that I didn't like him. Now, how has my perspective changed from then to now? Well, to put it bluntly, Yukimiya is a straight-up beast. Yukimiya thought that Isagi took the easy way out and straight up told him, even though the easy way is well, of course, easier, and it would probably be the best path for Yukimiya to take, as he has limited time, but he still refuses to take that way. However, I want to clear up that I don't think that it was anything necessarily wrong with Isagi's play. Anyway, what I like about Yukimiya is that he doesn't use it as an excuse, but instead some sort of motivation. He could easily be sitting there and saying that he won't become the world's best striker because of this disadvantage and this and that, but Yukimiya would never do that. He instead just trains harder and still trains to the point where his vision gets those dark spots, and that's what I admire about him. Now let's jump a bit into the story. Shall we go after the Munchen City match? Yukimiya is filming a commercial with Chris Prince, and he's looking fly if I can say so myself. Anyway, he gets called into Ego to discuss the aftermatch of that game. Ego tells Yukimiya that he sent all of his medical data to Ajax, who offered him an offer in the last match. Ajax says that they would like to help Yukimiya with his treatment, which shocks Yukimiya, but it doesn't end there, as they say that they will pay for the entire treatment, saying that that's how much they value Yukimiya's talents. Yukimiya finally has the chance to fulfill his dream. He will finally play professional football for a really big team like Ajax, so he accepts, right? Right? Well, no, he doesn't. He says that he would normally jump on that offer, but says that he doesn't feel like he deserves it, as Isagi did the most in that play, saying that if he accepts the offer now, then he feels like this is as far as his ego will grow. Yukimiya has the chance to grab everything that he's always wanted, but says no, because he feels like he hasn't really earned it, and that's what I call both dedication and admirable. Now, will this lead to his downfall? Maybe, who knows? But let me tell you that I was jumping in my seat while reading this chapter for the first time, and seeing how cool Yukimiya was is incredible. It's just something about his determination that gets me hyped, knowing that he's accountable for himself and won't take any hands out, even if they were staring him right in the face. And I get a sense of inspiration from that, which helps me work harder. I've always worked hard to achieve the things I want. However, just seeing Yukimiya undoubtedly resolved to keep on pushing, and always starving for more, is something that I think could inspire us all. Even so, Yukimiya hasn't always had this undoubtedly resolution, as the last thing I want to cover is the last play in the Munchen City match. Yukimiya was going to take Isagi's pass, and become the star of the match. However, Isagi tricked him and used him as his own pawn. Yukimiya is just aimlessly looking at Isagi going 100 miles per hour. Yukimiya isn't so determined anymore and says that there's no way for him to catch up, saying that Isagi will definitely become a player that will change the world, while he himself will fade into complete obscurity and become forgotten forever. And just look at his facial expression as he says this. I can't even describe in words how it makes me feel, but it simply just makes me sad looking at it. However, as we know, it didn't end all bad as Isagi passed him later. And I just want to take a moment as I feel like the author's ability to draw facial expressions is criminally underrated, as to me, it looks like Yukimiya is right in the middle of hope, yet also despair, before he chooses to shape his own destiny and take that shot, which became a wonder goal in the end. Now, what is even the point of this whole video? I wish I could answer that, but I have no idea. I guess I wanted to talk about how my perspective and opinion of Yukimiya had changed, and how I overlooked his character in the beginning. But I hope that I made him justice, and most importantly, that I was wrong about his character. In the end, I feel like he will get a happy ending, but it's bluelock after all, so you can never be certain. But yeah, if you liked this video, then I would be super happy if you could subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment, and maybe share it with someone who likes Yukimiya. And remember that it's never too late to give up on your dreams, and I hope that I've been able to give out this message through this video, so even if you start losing your vision like Yukimiya, don't give up just yet. Anyway, have a great day. Bye.